then I should transition.
Whoa! Hello, everybody. Bob, Mackie, and I from Fandom are here to talk about the brand new Move Over.
Hey, okay, we're good. Henry Gilbert, by the way.
Yeah, Henry Gilbert, hi. So, Call of Duty World War II got announced last week, but now it has been officially revealed.
We just watched the very British reveal.
Very British. Yes. Well, it was, yes.
Smashing game.
Smashing. No, it was pretty cool. So, it is bluntly Call of Duty World War II.
They're not, it's SEO right there.
Yeah, and it is WWII. So it is that one, and it returns to it. In case you didn't know, Call of Duty got its start as a World War II series.
Yeah, 2003.
And this is now their return to it, their first one since World at War. Why don't we take a look at that trailer here? I'm going to pull it up here. I'm doing this live here, guys. This is my first time controlling myself. Oh, we got to know that this is dangerous for some people.
We're doing it.
We're doing it live. Yeah, okay.
Actual in-game footage.
Yeah.
You have your, this is basically Saving Private Band of Brothers, the game.
I mean, yeah, so there's only so much. It's set in the European theater of war, which means, and it starts with America's arrival in 1944 on the Omaha Beach Day invasion.
Yeah.
And for guys our age, we played quite a lot of Omaha invasion. But
I mean, they say it's the most iconic scenes of World War II or battles, but I think they're the most depicted in movies, is what they really mean, or the most depicted by media.
I mean, it's quite filmic, and it is like one of the most, deadly ones in America's side of it anyway. Like
as
the invasion.
In Saving Private Ryan. I mean, I think that would really set off a ton of game developers. Like, I want to make that scene in my game. We're seeing more of it here, but at this level of fidelity, we've never seen it before.
No, this is a whole new level of it, but it is, I mean, you just have the drama of them going on this beach in the morning up against impossible odds, seemingly, of just these the German blockades. Ooh, flamethrower back, baby! But yeah, that's another thing they have in this game, is that they it is about, I saw them say this exactly, unbreakable brotherhood.
And they said visceral 10 times.
And visceral many times. It is quite visceral. It's very boots to the ground, visceral, and boots to the ground. I mean, you're bashing the Nazis at it.
That's interesting, but I don't see... No mission too difficult. Call of Duty is like not a violent game, even though it involves war. I mean, you shoot people, but they never explode or see limbs.
There have always been... They're M-rated. This is maybe a lot of blood.
But I wonder if they're going to amp things up a bit. I mean, they use the word visceral a lot, and they're trying to be realistic about war, is what they're saying. They're saying realism a lot, and I wonder what that means for Call of Duty.
Yeah, well...
And we did learn there's not regenerating health or something?
That's a big one, yeah. And there's going to be a beta later, but yeah, that was a big one I just read, that it's not going to have regenerating health. I want to get back to the beginning of this here, but yeah, so no regenerating health, which is a big change from modern games now.
Pretty much, like Halo set it in place almost. Just like, this is how FPSs work now.
Well, because it is usually more fun to just sit still and regenerate your health instead of thinking, I messed up, and unless I find a health pack, I am dead.
Or you're on a PC and just take quick load and quick save.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, you're a PC gamer primarily. No, I kid. But yeah, I mean, Normandy's never looked this good. The joke was, Penny Arcade, I believe, popularized it. Omaha Beach was the new Hawk, like that.
Pretty much it, yeah.
And so going back to it though, we haven't seen it in a while. We haven't seen Omaha Beach in a while, so you get a new taste of it. And I want to go back to Omaha just a little bit here. Oh, if I could just find my mouse. There we go. Okay. So yeah, we got the water there. Boom. The ship's going out. Guys, it's just scared. They're just regular dudes. They don't know what they're doing. And she's got the best gams in town. But yeah, I mean, this action here too, it really, oof, boy. It reminds me too of how the Call of Duty series, though all the people are gone who pretty much, but well, I don't want to say all of them because who knows, but all the people are gone who made Call of Duty. Call of Duty was the spin-off of, well, not spin-off, but so the Battlefield team was created at EA with Steven Spielberg's involvement, which is why they were pretty clear of no, definitely make this scene from Saving Private Ryan as a video game.
I forgot about that.
Kids need to know. And those guys then split off from Battlefield because they're like, enough of this EA, we're going to make something else, or we're going to go somewhere else and make a new war game. And then they went to Call of Duty, made more World War II,
for about 4 games, I think.
For about 4 games.
Yeah.
And then they wanted to risk everything and give a shot to Modern Warfare.
Yeah,
and
that was 2007.
Yeah, it was 2007, and Activision doubted them so much, doubted the ability of Modern Warfare to sell as well as a World War II game, that they still had Treyarch make a World War II game for the next year. But then it felt so old. It's like, no. People wanted Modern Warfare.
So this is being made by Sledgehammer.
Yeah, this is
what
Sledgehammer.
studio are they? I'm kind of confused because everyone who made Call of Duty kind of left to form the guys who make Titanfall now. Yes. Respawn. What is Sledgehammer and who are they?
Infinity Ward still kind of exists, but they then got dumped down to the B team. And then Treyarch became the A team, formerly the B team, who made the Black Ops games and World at War.
Yeah.
And then Sledgehammer was invented to be the new studio, and they're all people who had left Visceral Games, the creators of Dead Space, which they talk about a little in here. Actually, we'll get to that later, but they talk about Dead Space some. But anyway, they left EA and started up Sledgehammer. And I think originally Sledgehammer, there were stories that Sledgehammer was working on a third-person Call of Duty game. But then when all the people left Infinity Ward, they then were like, no, we need somebody to make another first-person Call of Duty. But, I mean, it helped them, too, that, with the annualization that Call of Duty will forever have, I think.
Yeah, and they said this game took 3 years to make, or realize a 3-year production cycle.
They need 3 studios working on it.
Yeah.
They need Treyarch, who their last one was Black Ops 3. Then you had what was left over of Infinity Ward doing Call of Duty, doing
Infinite Warfare.
Yeah, Infinite Warfare. And now you've got Sledgehammer taking us back to World War II. And so let's get on to the cast here, because I did a post on that. Oh, actually, you know what? No, the other big news was the release date, which had kind of been teased before, but now we know for sure. November 3rd, right there. You guys saw it. Come on. Yeah, boom, November 3rd. Which I just wanted to mention that because they typically have a week later than that.
It's usually around close
November
to
11th, November 12th. They own for the longest time, Call of Duty owned the second week of November. But now they're doing it slightly earlier, and I'm wondering what's the deal with that?
I need to see the release calendar to see what they're up against, what they're trying to get out before.
I wonder.
I don't know. There could be,
November doesn't have, we're still waiting for E3, which, by the way, at E3 is when we're going to find out a lot more details about this. They really only got into the campaign. I want to talk about one famous face, the only famous face I could really spot here, who you see speaking at the end, and that is Josh Duhamel, who is most famous for playing a soldier in the Transformers live action films. A modern day soldier, not a World War II.
Would that be Transformers 7?
I mean, I think his last one was Dark of the Moon, but he's going to be in The Final Night, whatever.
Okay.
Those films are garbage. I'm not gonna be nice to Transformers on this thing. But let's see Josh here that's him in the trailer. Whoa! So he's used to shooting robots, not Nazis or Axis Axis troops. But so they've cast famous people in a lot of Call of Duty games. So this
Kevin
is just
Spacey,
a new return. Kevin Spacey in Advanced Warfare. Yeah, they've had Gary Oldman. They've had Kiefer Sutherland. They've had the most recent one.
Kiefer, that's right.
Yeah, they had Kiefer. In the most recent one, they had David Hasselhoff and Paul Rubens. You recall him?
Yeah, the zombies mode tends to bring out the better guests, or the more interesting ones, or the more iconic ones, like Hasselhoff, Goldblum.
Well, Bob, since you mentioned it, why don't we talk about those zombies?
Well, that's all we're going to see, because this is the one image they released with the promise there will be a zombies mode. Nothing more about it. They did say Nazi zombie. I mean, that was the one time we heard Nazi in this entire live stream, which means you told me before this, the zombies are not always Nazis.
Well, so the zombie mode, it's just become its own thing. I've heard a mutual friend of ours bring up that when you buy a Call of Duty game, you really get 3 games. You get a very expensive campaign mode, like a big flashy campaign mode. Then you get a really dense multiplayer mode. And then you get an entire zombie game on top of that, which is the co-op shooting thing.
I kind of just want to buy the zombie game.
Yeah.
Can I just carve that off the disc or something?
I mean, $60 for it.
Yeah.
But so they made it They made the first zombie mode in World at War, in Treyarch's World at War. It was just a fun side thing, and it was Nazi zombies, though it had a German name that meant Nazi zombies. I'm sorry, I forget it, people on the stream. But yeah, they started it with that, but then... sometimes it was still Nazi zombies you fought, and other times it's like, no, these are Vietnam Nazis, or these are
space
future
zombies.
Well, in the most recent one, it was just 80s Nazis. You were in a 1980s arcade fighting neon Nazis, and everybody was dressed in those ways. And that's where Paul Rubens and David Hasselhoff was in it, and so it was fun. It's where they kind of get to be the most creative, though. I wonder just how silly they're going to get in this Nazi mode, because it is a difficult balance there, because they're like, this is so serious, the importance of this and celebrating our legacy and respect, and they're like, and also going to be some Nazi zombies. You can shoot all those undead corpses.
It was a weird tonal issue where it's like, this is a very important war, and we respect everyone who's in it, but here's a zombie.
Yes, but here's a zombie.
As your grandfather did.
As your grandfather dreamed of doing.
Yeah.
But they did also show a teeny tiny bit of the multiplayer. I want to switch over to that here. And by small, I do mean
5
small.
seconds.
Yeah.
Like, you will be a guy. There will be a name floating over your head. You will have a rank. Mm-hmm. But there's
they had some more details outside of what they showed.
I believe it was
here.
called War Mode, which is Axis versus Allies battles, and the battles are iconic battles from the war. So you're fighting in these iconic battles. They didn't say which ones they would be. I'm not a big World War II buff, so I can't think of any offhand. But
they are famous battles from that theater of war, and it sounds like a more like denser than just deathmatch, team deathmatch, King of the Hill, the usual mode you expect from that. And they did reveal that like multiplayer, so let's mark it on our calendars, Bob.
That's right.
We're going to be playing it at E3.
It's going to be on the floor, and the full reveal will happen, I'm guessing, probably during a conference.
Activision doesn't have their own, and they in years past, they always stick with the biggest one. They first were like at the Microsoft thing, like, oh, in Call of Duty, we're reeling this thing here, and it'll be first on this system. It now it's PlayStation 4 is that. So I would bet on the Sony press conference if we're going to see information like that, unless Microsoft somehow scoops Sony. But really, it seems Call of Duty likes sticking with the most popular console, which is the PS4 currently.
Although with the Scorpio, you don't know. They might be trying to get some of those people back into the fold.
That's true. Well, but
Scorpio hype.
And so, the multiplayer will be there, and they revealed there will be a beta down the line.
Right.
And I'm up for that. I'm up for a beta.
I'll try it out. I mean, I do want to see, because there's always the risk in repeating yourself, and we're seeing a lot of similar things in past World War II games. They're going to look a lot better, obviously, but I really want to know what they're going to bring to this game that will make it different, or that will make it not just the greatest hits of World War II, like that you're kind of seeing in this promotional stuff.
They did talk a bit about how hard they worked on it, and just this is some of the B-roll of like we went to these real places and we saw these real things. So they do want to be super informed on it. It's interesting to me. This is now a generational thing that we have seen it. We have seen it cycle around from World War II to people getting sick of World War II to now it being fresh again. Like, it kind of is fresh.
We did need a 10-year break.
Yeah, because even Battlefield didn't go back to it. Like, Battlefield went... They're like, we've already done 1942 so many times. We're going to go to World War I as they did last year.
Yeah, and they were successful with that idea, I think.
Yeah, that worked out better for them than the Cops and Robbers game they did, Hardline.
Yes, a lot better.
But yeah, this was... this, though, is big that Call of Duty would go back to it and that they would do it again. And I do feel like, as much as me and you, and guys... who played PS2 games when they were new, we remember Omaha Beach and all the World War II games.
Medal of Honor, all that stuff.
And how repetitive it got. But, when I said Battlefield earlier, it was Medal of Honor.
Oh, Medal of Honor.
Worked on Medal of Honor. That was the Spielberg one, not Battlefield.
That's right.
Sorry. Anyway, we had that, but all the kids who are like the 13-year-olds who play Call of Duty, they didn't play those games. They didn't play Medal of Honor.
They didn't play Omaha Beach with PS1 graphics.
Yeah, they didn't. They weren't super excited to play Call of Duty 3 on the Xbox 360 when it was brand new and be like, wow, HD Nazis, I'm shooting them in the head. Their helmets are flying off.
It really is. I mean, you say 13-year-olds. It is an M-rated game, but it will be played by every 13-year-old. I know that.
I mean, you only need to play online with them to guess at the age.
Turn off your mic, everybody.
Though it could also just be people who act 13. But,
that's true. It's hard to tell sometimes.
But I am interested to see what they're going to do with it. I think this gives them a new, fresh place to go. Like, Infinite Warfare was interesting. though most people just kind of it kind of hurt their fan base just because they were mad they had to buy a new game to get Modern Warfare by itself. This doesn't seem to have any of that. I'm not seeing any negative reaction to this.
To a free thing.
Yeah. Well, they didn't announce anything like, and if you buy this, you get Modern Warfare 2 HD or remaster or whatever. They're not doing this time. Like, I
wonder what they could do. I mean, I feel like that was the big one people wanted to play again.
Yeah, they did announce a season pass for it and the digital deluxe edition and all the different editions, but they didn't really give a ton of like detail on what's in there.
It's true,
but it doesn't seem to be any game you can't buy without buying it, which is, after the last game, probably a smart move by them.
What do Call of Duty special editions usually come with, though? I don't remember. Do you get like helmets or like?
Yeah, well, it's like a season pass and some exclusive, some day one DLC.
No physical stuff, though.
I think it's sometimes you do get physical stuff,
okay.
But I don't. Well, yeah, like in Classic, the one I'm remembering is like in Modern Warfare 2 when that came out. They're like, in the game you have this little robot you roll around in with a camera. Now you have it in real life.
That's right, I do remember.
Or your own drone in Black Ops 2, which was all about the impossibility of drones taking over and being hacked and then attacking everybody. Yeah, I mean, it is interesting to see them go back to World War II as well in this current political climate too.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how they will deal with it. But anywho, so let's go back to that original trailer here. Why don't we? Boop, hit and play on that. You guys get to hear my talk right over this. But anyway, that was a big reveal of Call of Duty World War II, just World War II. November 3rd it comes out. Beta's coming later. Seems like the next time you're going to hear news about it is going to be at E3, so
we'll
mark that on the calendar. We will be there. I guess that's about it, right, Bob?
I think so, yeah. But thanks for watching. And check back with Fandom. We'll be covering this game up until it's released. We'll have a review and everything. So anything you want to know about Call of Duty World War II, we will be talking about until you get bored of it. So,
all right. Well, so until then, goodbye.
We must not fail. Duty first.
I'll be enough for you!